Video games. I'm sure you know what they are, I sure know what they are, and they're fun. But have you ever wanted to make a game? This is something that I've always wanted to do for a long time, and this is me finally doing that. In previous times, I've followed many tutorials on how to make games.
This game is thanks to a Brackeys tutorial.
But it's always just been to that T. So this is me trying to follow that a little less and learn at least a little bit. So without further ado, good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you, and let's get into development. Hello, this is my game idea, Flappy-E-Shot. It incorporates Flappy Bird movement with Pong-like aspects.
Just so descriptive. I am using the Godot game engine to create this Pong Flappy Bird crossover monstrosity, and it will be two-dimensional. I first coded the player movement, allowing our player to propel its velocity upward at the press of a button. And I mean, as cool as this is, still got a long way to go. So let's add the ball next. Following a NADLab Simple Pong tutorial, I was able to throw together a simple Pong-like ball that will redirect itself based on its velocity and momentum when hitting a surface. After adding the ball, everything worked great, but as I was fiddling around, I realized that you were able to ride on the ball, and though this wasn't intentional, it's honestly more fun than the game I had in mind. So this is definitely staying in. I'm definitely gonna have to change things up a bit to make it work, because as of now, having the ball affect the velocity of the player causes the player to move, which is fun, but can also get you stuck and practically in a game that's not going to work too well. Player characters, which will eventually be birdies, are now both in the game. We got two player characters, one's controlled by the tap of the W key and the other by the arrow key. And yes, they did go through a cube phase. Didn't last long, as you will see in a moment. After changing both of the player character birdies back to a circular hitbox, figure out and think about how I would fix the issue of them moving around. I also had to figure out how to get a score system, and that took far too long, but that all comes together in these next clips now. So unfortunately, you were not seeing those clips because it was at this point when I had a power outage. Not just my house, but my entire neighborhood was out of power. Though everything was okay, so here's that clip I mentioned earlier. Alright, so there are two major things in this iteration. The biggest and one that you'll most likely see first is the overhaul to the movement system. You are now able to move not just up, but also side to side, and this even includes a dash down. The second key change here is that I have now implemented a working scoring system, as the game would not really function without it. This works by having two area 2Ds set up on either side, each able to detect the ball, which allows it to send a signal and update the text displaying how many points either side has. After messing with the ball for several hours, I finally began to understand how to reset its position each time it scored. I just need to reset its velocity and then I'll be able to get that working. And aside from that, all you need to get working is the start screen and the windscreens. This brings me to the final build for today's video. We start on a main menu screen that has two buttons. There's Start Flappying and Quit Game. Start Flappying will start the game. Quit Game will quit the game. And the final thing that I've added for this final iteration for now is, obviously I fixed the ball respawning, but I've also added a windscreen for either of the characters. So as you can see, when the right side got to 10 points, it shows the right side windscreen, which has two options. As you can see, we can go back to home and replay, and or quit, as you saw earlier. And as we see the left side winning, left side has its own respective windscreen with similar buttons, and you can replay straight from there, or you can either go back to the main menu screen. But as you're seeing this on YouTube, there's lots of other work that I put into making my first devlog, with editing and recording, and hopefully this was at least somewhat enjoyable for you guys, and hopefully my skills will improve and I'll be able to provide more quality content.
Hey you, get over here. Oh yeah. Hello there. Kids, always remember to wear your straps. And I apologize for this unruly nature of seeing me like this. But remember that practice makes progress. And applesauce is great. See you next time on Rising Redhead.
Cut.